Hello, my name is Maria. This is my final project for my class, Intro to Race, Class, and Ethnicity. I'm going to be asking a few questions to my sister, Anna. I did go ahead and choose her just because I do feel like she does have a lot of different input and a lot of different experiences in her life that I think really do relate to this topic. Hi, Anna. Welcome aboard. I'm gonna
Thank
go
you.
ahead and get straight to the point. My first question for you would be like, do you feel like being a woman has affected you in getting certain jobs? And do you feel like the pay has been different because of you being a woman?
Yes, I actually am a registered dietitian nutritionist, which is a female dominated field. And it means basically that just because I'm a woman, I there's gonna be more of me applying for the same job. But at the same time, when a male dietitian applies for the same job as me, the male dietitian has a higher chance of being offered the job just because there's so little of them applying for the same job. In regards to the pay, it's really interesting to see. In my last dietitian job, there were about seven female dietitians. There was only one male dietitian, and he was the manager. And I noticed it's a common pattern in other job areas that if the male applies for the same job, he has a higher chance of getting a management position and therefore a higher pay.
Oh, yeah. I definitely feel like there is a quite a few jobs actually that does apply to. I guess my input for that would be in being a receptionist. That is my current job. It is also a women-dominated field, but I feel like if a man was to apply for that same job, he would definitely get it as well. Um, okay. So my next question for you would be, what class would you say you are? Lower, middle, or in higher income class?
I researched it earlier this morning and I am a middle class. It's something that I recently achieved, so it was really nice to research it and see that I got to that level.
What do you think made this possible for you?
In my experience, I wasn't born into it, so it was my upper or my graduate education. The fact that I recently finished a master's in nutrition and dietetics just opened up so many doors and so many options on income. Now I get to be picky of the classes that I take and the income that I'm willing to receive for my work. So I think it's definitely that the fact that I finished in higher education.
Were you born in a lower income class?
Yes, I was born in a lower income class, and I would never say that I regret being born in a lower income class, but I know that I had different disadvantages because I was born into a lower class. Um, but yes,
What do you think has been one of your biggest challenges in regards to getting your education? Do you feel like being a lower income class, do you think that kind of got in the way as well?
it definitely did. I was the first college generation student, and what it means is that no one else in my family had achieved a higher education or attended even or completed college. So for me, that was a huge challenge because a lot of my friends that had parents that had a higher education, whenever they had a challenge, they would ask their parents for help, right? Even something so simple as knowing how to cite a paper, a research paper, which college level they love to do that, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I didn't have someone that I could ask and be like, what is the best citing resources I could use? I didn't have that option. But I would have to rely on my friends or I would have to rely in instructors that were willing to help out.
I'm really glad you had that support system at least. Do you feel like you would have been better off if you would have been born into a upper class society?
That's a tough question, right? Because I don't know. I feel that I'm grateful for the society that I was born into, the lower class, and I think it pushed me to be more resilient. But if I'm honest, it would brought me a lot more advantage if I was in an upper class level. Some experiences that I had with that, one of my friends, her mom was, they were middle to upper class, and she, whenever she needed help with her research, with her papers, with guidance, her mom had a master's degree, so she knew how to guide her daughter. In another occasion, a coworker, she was telling me that she learned how to cite and do papers since she was in high school, that a lot of her professors were doctors. And I was like, well, I don't think mine were doctors, right? Or I never had that advantage of saying I have a person that I can rely, that I can call at midnight to say, hey, my paper is due tomorrow and I need help with this. Well, never leave the paper to finish it on midnight, right? But
Yeah.
just the fact that like if I was born in a middle class or an upper class, my parents would have probably be able to provide me with tutors, or be able to afford to get me a tutor when I was struggling to class. Like I struggled through history all my life, and I just have to find how to get over it and just go for it, right? So I feel
Yeah.
that I make me more resilient, and it would have given me, being born in a lower class make me more resilient. But yet I did, especially when I was overwhelmed and struggling, um, I did um, I did wish I was born in an upper class to have those advantages.
I feel like it's definitely it makes you value things a little bit more, I guess, as opposed to like seeing people who were giving things like these and we have to work for them. So like I feel like it just
Yeah.
makes you value things a little bit more. What would you say is one of your core values? So like an example to that would be faith, dependency, family.
For me, it has been family, definitely, definitely, because family. My parents didn't. Well, our parents didn't finish not even elementary school, but they always had my back, even when there was holidays and everyone was playing cards in one room, I was doing homework in the other room, and they never make me feel guilty about it because they knew I was going for my higher education. I mean, I can tell you that I wanted to be playing cards instead of doing homework, but definitely they had always had my back. Even if they don't understand, like my dad said not too long ago, he said, "Are you a doctor now?" And I was like, "No, Dad, I just finished a master's." But he didn't understand the levels of education, but he always had my back. So regardless of the struggles of the everything, my family has been my the best support system I could ask for.
Well, thank you so much for allowing me to interview today, Anna. All I can really say is we are really proud of you. And even though there was definitely some challenges around along the way, I feel like it's definitely helped you in the long run. And we're all just really proud. Just know that we're always still going to be here for you. And we love you very much. Thank you so much for your time. Have a good day.
Thank you. I love you too.